on this beautiful lit Friday. Listen, we have Rashawn Smalls from the program manager from the Tobacco Free of Erie and Niagara counties with a No Menthol Sunday interview with a friend of mine, Brian Archie, a COVID outreach worker from the family and children of Niagara University. Here we go, y'all. The Rose Bente Lee is going down. It's going down. It's a vibe. It's a good energy. We could do it right. But at this time, I turn over to Rashawn Smalls at this time.
Hey, brother. Look, it's always a pleasure to be here. I definitely want to thank you for having us. And I'm here with my brother here, Brian Archie, Niagara Falls' own. Today, we're here to talk a little bit about some of the work that we're doing in the community, specifically tobacco-related illness, disease, and death.
Yeah.
And also, my brother's going to talk a little bit about COVID and our partnership. I am Rashawn Smalls, as you mentioned, the program manager for Tobacco Free of Erie and Niagara counties. And here today, we want to just discuss a little bit about tobacco, specifically No Menthol Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And No Menthol Sunday is an annual observance, which is led by the Center for Black Health Equity. It is about this day really creating awareness and mobilizing communities about addressing the detrimental harm of tobacco, specifically mentholated tobacco products in our community. And we want to encourage communities. We want to encourage faith leaders. We want to encourage the congregants to be a part of this conversation. And I want to just put this out here. I don't know if the audience knows that tobacco is still the leading cause of death in Black communities. 45,000 Black people die a year as a result of tobacco-related disease and illnesses. That don't include the amount of people who suffer daily with tobacco-related illnesses, right? 45,000 people. Think of that. That is a huge number. When you think about homicides in this country, Black homicides, when you think about suicides, when you think about accidents, when you think about police deaths, combined, they don't equal or exceed the amount of deaths as a result of tobacco. And our position, and the evidence is clear that the driver of this death train in our community, this health disparity, is what is called menthol. And that is the flavor that is added to tobacco. That flavor that gives that sort of cooling sensation in the throat, which allows for the individual who smokes to inhale the smoke more deeply. And when you inhale the smoke more deeply, you ingest the toxins a little bit more deeply, and it becomes more harmful and it becomes more addictive. Thus, you have a phenomenon where 85% of Blacks who smoke use mentholated tobacco products. And that is not coincidental. That is part of a design by the tobacco industry over the last 4 or 5 decades, where we have been targeted and marketed to for this specific product. So there's no coincidence that 85% of Blacks who smoke use mentholated tobacco products. And let me just unpack that. When I say mentholated tobacco products, I'm talking about Newports, right?
Newies.
Yeah, I'm talking about Newports. For people who don't know, right? That's that flavor. We go to Newports for a reason. It's not coincidental. It is part of a design. It is not necessarily a preference that Blacks just so happen to like Newports. No, it was designed that way. We've been marketed to. You can probably go to every store around here and find tobacco marketing, specifically mentholated tobacco product marketing. And so No Menthol Sunday is about, hey, let's have a discussion about how this health disparity is impacting our community. Why is our community dying? Our fathers, our brothers, our sisters, our aunts, our grandmothers, right? Our grandmothers suffering from tobacco-related disease and illnesses. So I'm partnering with Brian Archie. I'm not going to sit here and say he's from Niagara University, right? In the Ostapenko Center. He's going to explain that whole piece, right? But we're fortunate to have a great partner with Brian in Niagara University, because they are in the community, and he's been a part of helping us be in the community here in Niagara Falls and educating the community, not just about tobacco, but also about other related health disparities that are impacting our community.
Right. Thanks a lot, Rashawn. And thanks, Big Frank,
absolutely,
having us here today. Much appreciated. So again, Brian Archie and I am a family outreach worker, family and children COVID outreach worker for Niagara University, the Rosalie Bente Ostapenko Center.
Okay, that's
for race
it, right?
equity
That's
and mission.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And over the past several years, we have made it our mission, along with several other non-for-profit and governmental agencies within Niagara County, to really fight to decrease the health disparities that really emerged due to COVID-19 and what it really did to ravage through our communities. And so now, on the other side of testing and vaccinations and boosters, we are still trying to go out and make sure that we are educating the community as to what is available to them today. So we have, attended over these few years over 100 events, been able to postcard at least 300,000 throughout Niagara County. Individuals, just to educate and kind of direct them towards 300,000. Like
that needs to be really underscored right there.
Listen, every time we have opportunity, we try to make sure those most marginalized, our seniors, our families, that they are informed to have opportunities to take the best care of themselves that they deem possible in those moments. Listen, and it doesn't stop, right? Just because COVID is no longer a health emergency, so says the government, but it is incumbent upon us to make sure that we are out here and trying to uplift the voices of the voiceless, and just make sure whatever you choose, that resources are available for you to do so. So we're still handing out PPE, sanitizers, doing and having conversations with individuals around not just COVID, but other health disparities that are taking place, to make sure that we are creating a healthy community. That said, I remember one of our first campaigns was "Don't Pass Your Life Away," right? When COVID first came, and it really was like to get folks in the space of, listen, we're sharing cigarettes, we're sharing blunts. Let's make sure that we're not passing this thing to each other and exacerbating the situation any further. And so when we look on the other side, that smoking is a detriment to our health. Folks choose to do what they will, but we know that this greatly increases your opportunity to contract COVID, and will greatly exacerbate the symptoms should you be infected if you are smoking, right? You just indicated that cigarettes are not necessarily healthy, and create this lung disease or exacerbate lung diseases that are already happening. So I'm asthmatic. I've been all my life. Really personal story real quick. And my mom was a smoker all of her life until she wasn't, right? You say, what do you mean by she wasn't? She got sick around 2016, and by fall of 2017, she was taken from us, right? And it was as a direct result of the years that she had smoked, and what it had done to her lungs and to her heart health, right? And if we are not engaging with our providers as we should, if we are not getting the same education as to what we should be doing for our health, if there are not opportunities really for us to heal, we find ourselves losing people earlier than we should because of some of the things that are transpiring. That's a great point, so we're really here to express that education is still key. COVID is still a factor, along with other health disparities that we are facing within our space. And maybe just not smoking for a day will give you a moment. Just definitely. A moment of pause to rethink, how would I like to live out the rest of my life? So in collaboration, and we thank you so much for this Sunday on May the 21st, we will be having a short presentation at Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, 1334 Calumet Avenue, from 1 to 2:30. Well, we'll just have a little conversation with the community. All are invited. This is free, just about the effects of smoking on our bodies, just to really highlight what Brother Rashawn talked about in terms of the marketing that is specific in the minority community. Definitely, right? Underscore that, so definitely. that we can kind of get this bird's eye view of this is here specifically for us, and then maybe look out the window at what our community looks like because of that. And just to add, right, we also want to talk about that gateway for our young people. And if anybody remembers penny candy, we had penny candy cigarettes. Right.
It's crazy. We were out in the community, right, 2 weeks ago, and we were able to purchase the candied cigarettes. Right. And I was astounded because I didn't know they were still being sold. Still selling. And these starter products are definitely it's a concern.
very, very much a concern. And if you think about when they first came out, they used to actually emanate smoke.
Yes, the
right?
ones you can
so
blow
they
out.
emanate smoke, right? So they put you in the space of little kids. You know, I want to be grown. All of us get to that space, right? But now I have a cigarette. My mom or somebody smokes. Now I'm just like them. And all of a sudden, I'm 13 years old and I'm stealing somebody's Newey out of their box.
And think about this, though. On that point right there, what is the mindset of someone who will create a product that, when used as intended, will kill you, right? And market it to children, right?
Well,
something that will create, not just kill you, but will
lifelong customer, though. You understand? And so we have to really
profit over
the
health.
fact that profit over health is a real thing. And again, going back to just the educational piece, being able to arm ourselves with the proper information to make a decision for ourselves as to what we do and ingest into our bodies. You know, my message would be, let's give our babies a chance, right? And that's not just candy cigarettes, but I'm talking about flavored vape products.
Come on now, now you talking
that are coming out and being pushed into our community. It's all good that marijuana is legal, but it is not for young people as of yet. And we should not be making these flavored things to get them into the space of, oh, this is okay. Yeah. It's not harming me because it's not the actual cigarette. They really don't know what they're putting into some of these products, right? Again, that bring us to the space of having an unhealthier community because we are now toxicified, if that's really a word.
No, that's a great point.
In every aspect, from our bodies to the land that we're walking and standing on.
And I just want to highlight a point that he made about the flavors, right? Because the flavors are designed to attract. That's what we like to taste, the flavors, the candy, the apple. But the king flavor, the flavor that is most attractive to, unfortunately, that appears to be most attractive to African Americans or Black people, is menthol. And that's the flavor that, again, we talk about the Newports, we talk about the Cools, right? That's the flavor that allows for us to ingest the poison more easily, and what keeps us coming back and keeps us attracted and addicted. And that's, again, what's causing that's impacting the health, the quality of life, and also causing premature death in many cases. And so, again, this conversation that we'll be having Sunday at Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church is the beginning of many conversations we'll be having throughout the community. And we've already engaged some store owners throughout here who's been very receptive to adopting smoke-free policies. And we'll continue to be a part of the community. And we're happy about this partnership. Right?
Absolutely. And like, you know, to the conversation with our store owners, like it was refreshing to have so many of them identify, like, you know, I really don't like smoking in my store.
And that was
I really
surprising.
don't like it in the doorway. I really don't like when folks are right at my entrance. So when other folks are coming in, that they are subject to. And again, we're not vilifying smokers. We're not saying
that's a great point.
So
let's
make that
this is
very,
not about anti-smoking.
Let's make that very clear. It's do what you feel is necessary for yourself. But let's give other folks an opportunity
to breathe,
to breathe, and be their best self.
No question.
As much as humanly possible.
Before we exit, just remind us where we're going to be at on Sunday and what time.
So Sunday, Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, 1334 Calumet Avenue, from 1 to 2:30. And again, it's a free event. We're just going to have some conversation, pass out a fact sheet, and have a little bit of lunch after service. So you know service is at 11.
Folks
so
gotta eat.
We gotta get that meal first if you so choose. And then we'll have that other educational piece.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. And just if I may, just want to give out some contact information. Yes. We always encourage people who want to quit smoking to contact New York State's Quit Line. You can access their nicotine replacement therapy. You can also access free coaching. All of these services are free. The number is 1-866 New York Quits, 1-866 New York Quit, if you are interested in quitting. And also you can contact me, R. Smalls, at CAI Global, rsmalls at CAIglobal.org for more information about No Menthol Sunday and other tobacco-related issues.
What about their healthcare provider?
The healthcare provider.
Should their healthcare providers also?
Oh yeah, certainly, and that's a great point. Definitely, if you can't if you don't want to contact the Quit Line, you certainly would be encouraged to contact your healthcare provider. They could walk you through whatever process and provide other options for you as well. So thank you for that right there. Sure.
Gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for coming on, having that conversation and that discussion. You had that on fire. 716 Radio with Big Frank.
Big Frank
going down. Let's go.
Definitely. Thank you,
Peace.
brother. Peace.